Hello, Mayor John Tory here, and I want to thank you for taking the time to engage in this important process. You know, people all over the world are facing challenges as we are due to the COVID-19, and this holds true for residents of our city. We continue to ask residents to stay home as much as possible and only leave their homes for essential and critical activities. Together, I really believe that we can do our part to flatten the curve and to stop the spread of this virus, and that is why we're presenting this information to you in a virtual manner. The City of Toronto remains committed to doing everything possible to see our city through this crisis. While doing so, we also remain committed to advancing our key priorities, including the urgent city need to build more affordable housing in communities right across the city. Creating more affordable housing options for residents of this city has always been a top priority for me. And that is why I introduced Housing Now, which represents the largest ever expansion of affordable housing in Toronto. That's right, the largest ever expansion of affordable housing in Toronto. The Housing Now plan will fast-track new housing developments at 11 surplus city properties to create 10,000 new residential units, 3,700 of which will be affordable. Our plan spans right across the entire city, with locations in Scarborough, Etobicoke, North York, and Midtown. And I'm pleased to say that all of the projects are currently on the books and proceeding. We are also currently identifying new sites to support the creation of more affordable housing, as well as delivering other services including childcare, parkland, and investments in the public realm. This housing program is all about creating affordable and accessible housing, and at the same time contributing new facilities for all of our residents to enjoy. Through these initiatives, we are building a better and more livable Toronto. Working with CreateTO, the city's real estate agency, city staff have updated development concepts for the site at 705 Warden Avenue. And I encourage you to review the information being provided today and to ask questions. We are committed to answering your questions. Please stay safe and be well, and thank you for participating in this process.
Hello, I'm Gary Crawford, Councillor for Ward 20, Scarborough Southwest. Like Mayor Tory and my colleagues at City Hall, I'm committed to creating well-designed communities and increasing affordable housing across Toronto. Housing Now is an important initiative, advancing our work at 705 Warden and other sites across the city, continuing to be a priority. Since first introducing this project in the spring of 2019, I've been reaching out to share information, answer your questions, and hear your thoughts on this project. The development, along with others across the city, will deliver much-needed affordable housing through the creation of a thoughtful and well-designed community. In addition to providing a mix of housing from affordable to market rates, the project will result in the community having access to a much larger park, close to double the current green space, a new daycare, increased parking for Warden Hilltop Community Centre, new retail space, and on-site employment for the TTC. Please take a few moments to watch the rest of the video, learn more about the revised proposal, and review the discussion guide. On May 13th at 6 p.m., we'll be holding an information session both online and by phone with the project team to answer any questions that you may have, and I hope you'll be able to join us. In the meantime, please don't hesitate to contact me with any questions or comments. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your interest.
Thanks for tuning into this video update about the Housing Now site at 705 Warden. My name is Ian, and I'm part of the independent facilitation team at Swear Inc. You may remember me from the public meetings about 705 Warden from last year. Our team's role is to facilitate discussion, not to advocate for outcomes. The City of Toronto and CreateTO have some new information to share about 705 Warden. Given the advice from public health due to COVID-19, they're sharing that information through this video. To learn more about how and when you can participate, visit the Housing Now website. I'm now going to turn it over to Annalie from the City of Toronto to walk you through the update. Annalie, over to you.
Thank you, Ian. Hi, I'm Annalie Zonina from the City of Toronto City Planning Division, and I am part of the Housing Now team. Thank you for taking this time to learn a little bit more about the Housing Now development at 705 Warden Avenue. The purpose of Housing Now is to use city-owned land near transit to create affordable and livable communities for Torontonians. And 705 Warden is one of those locations. Community consultation has been a big part of the work at 705 Warden. We have been in your community twice, in June and September of last year, to share potential development concepts with you and provide more information about the Housing Now initiative. Your input has helped shape the design of the development concept that was brought forward to the city's Planning and Housing Committee in February 2020. At that meeting, the Planning and Housing Committee asked us to go back and find ways to accommodate additional housing on the site. In this video, we are sharing the results of how we can accommodate more housing on the site while still providing a great development at 705 Warden. At our online town hall session, we will answer any questions that you may have about the 705 Warden development and the Housing Now initiative itself. I'll start by showing you the previous development concept so you can see what's changed and what has remained the same. Here is what we presented in February 2020. This concept was designed to accommodate 500 residential units, 250 of which are affordable rental units and managed by a future partner of the city. There are 4 buildings in total. 2 mid-rise buildings, one at 9 stories and another at 11 stories on Warden Avenue, and 1 tall building at 18 stories in the southeast corner of the site. The TTC building is at 4 stories. This concept also includes a 62-space licensed childcare center, an expansion and improvement to the Warden Hilltop Park, and new retail. All of these elements will be accessible to the broader community. A new public street will provide a safe and accessible route through the community, and there will also be improved parking for the community center, a pedestrian pathway, and slope restoration at Massey Creek. In addition, the TTC building will provide a source of employment directly in the community, which will support the vitality of new retail. The updated development concept will maintain all of the community facilities and amenities that I've just spoken of. It will also accommodate approximately 600 residential units, an increase of about 100 units over the previous concept. 250 of these units will be offered as affordable rental units. And with additional units, there is the potential to offer some of them as market ownership units. And this will be determined once a developer partner has been confirmed for the site. Here is how we will accommodate the additional units. The height of the mid-rise building at the corner of Warden Avenue and Roper Road will be reduced from 9 stories to 6 stories to better relate to the existing buildings on the north side. And the height of the mid-rise building on the southwest corner of the site, closest to Warden Subway Station, has increased from 11 to 19 stories. The tall building at the southeast corner of the development remains at 18 stories. These proposed building heights deliver more housing units in a manner that better transitions between the low-rise communities to the north and the future redevelopment of the Warden Subway Station to the south. The number of parking spaces has also been increased to meet the increased demand from the new residential units. Some adjustments have been made to the design of the retail space to accommodate a broader range of potential businesses. So, what's next? In May, we will be hosting an online town hall to answer your questions about these changes and any other parts of the development concept or the Housing Now initiative. In June, an updated recommended zoning bylaw will be considered by Toronto City Council. Following council adoption, a developer partner will be selected through a marketing process led by CreateTO, the city's real estate agency. Once selected, the developer partner will bring forward a site plan control application. At this stage, there will be more public consultation for you to provide feedback on the look and feel of the development and spaces in the public realm, like the design of open places and walkways. Construction will likely begin in 2021, with first occupancy in 2023. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And more materials are provided on the project website at createto.ca/warden.